It's that flow, no, she must flow. Yeah. It's that.
Good evening guys, my name's Tommy and I'm back for another video tonight with Northern Ear Reactions. How are you all doing? Hope you're all okay. Tonight is time for something completely different. So you know, anyone that's been watching my channel recently, you've seen that I've done some UK grime, Australian drill, I've done some Billie Eilish, I've done a bit of Coldplay, and I thought I'm going to completely change it up now and listen to some metal. Now, I've not heard very much by Metallica at all, but I do know that they are renowned to be one of the greatest bands of all time. I went to college and studied music, and I know that a lot of the students there had learnt guitar listening to James Hetfield and things like that. I've got an idea of what to expect. I know that it's not just going to be screaming and shouting that everyone else thinks. I know that they're very, very good melodically. Lyrics I need to be listening out for, time signatures, things like that. But I've never heard Master of Puppets. This would be one of those songs where you'd say, where have you been all your life? Why have you never heard of this song? And you know, it could be that I'll press play in a minute and I'll be like, yeah, I do know where this song's from. I have heard it before, I just didn't know it was Metallica. But let's jump into it. This is Metallica, Master of Puppets. Let's go. So I've heard the riff before. About drugs, right? Chop your breakfast on a mirror. Talking about lines of coke.
More is all you need, dedicated to how I'm feeling you.
Is the whole song about drugs? Is this the whole song about drugs? So he says, come to your master. Is that about someone being addicted to cocaine and not being able to do anything about it? think it is. Oh. That change up there is was really, really nice. Is this the come down? Is this after the after effects of the drugs? Is this musically interpreting a come down? Be interesting to see. Is there a time signature change there? It might not be, but just the way that it's played makes it sound like there might have been. I'm trying to figure out what the time signature is. I think it was 4/4 before. I'm just trying to figure out if it fits still. Yeah, it still does. Yeah, maybe not a time signature change there. So now that the solo's done, I'll pause it, because I know you should never pause on a solo. But was that bit the anger building up because he needs drugs again? So it's either the beginning of the song was the effects of the drugs, and then the slow bit was the come down, and this is the person needing drugs again, and he's getting angry because he needs drugs again. Or the beginning of the song was the anger because of needing drugs, then the slow bit was the relief of finally having that drug, and this bit is the come down. This bit is the anger building up again because the drugs have worn off. I don't know if there's a right or a wrong answer, just these are the two kind of interpretations that I'm taking. like that line, just call my name 'cause I'll hear you scream. So, it sounds like the drugs are calling to the person and saying, come on, I can help your life burn faster. Just call my name 'cause I'll hear you scream. You know, some people take drugs because they feel like nobody listens to them or nobody can notice them. And this guy, the drugs, is saying, I'll hear you scream. Call my name. Call my name and I'll hear you scream. But also could mean, call my name and I'll hear you scream because of the pain and torture that the person's going through of having to live with drugs. Clever lines. Clever lines. Or is he actually saying, 'cause I'll hear you scream, master, master? So he's not just keeping it open-ended and saying, I'll hear you scream. He's actually then says, I'll hear you scream, master. So I'll hear you call me the master. You are completely submissive to me, to drugs. Love it. Love it. And you know that this song just goes to show that this genre is not screaming, shouting and noise. You know, there were tons of riffs in that song. It wasn't just the same kind of chord sequence. The song was mixed up from a riff point of view. It felt like it was mixed up from a time signature point of view, although I'm not exactly sure whether that was the case or not, but it certainly sounded like that. There was a definite transition from this kind of up-tempo raw sound to quite a slow melodic sound that I don't know was either the come down of the drug experience before or the relief of actually having drugs, and the before and the after was the desperation of needing drugs again. You know, lyrically was great. Lyrically was, you know, what I like about it, it wasn't metaphorical. You know, the lyrics were quite straightforward once you knew what he was talking about, saying, I'll hear you scream. You know, I'm the thing that twists your mind and ruins your dreams. You know, there's no kind of thinking about what he's trying to say or trying to make sense of it. Once you know that it's about drugs, the rest of it is literal. And it helps you focus on the music that's happening. It's not really about the lyrics, it's about the music. You know, so lyrically great, structurally great, melodically great, guitar work amazing, drums was amazing. You know, the sound of the song reflected the lyrics as well. You know, it felt like you were on edge through that up-tempo bit. It felt like you needed some relief. You know, the constant mash-up of the different riffs, and you were never kind of secure anywhere in that song. You'd hear a little section of that song and then it suddenly changed to a different riff. You know, there'd be breakups in the drums and it'd change that kind of sound where you were never kind of it kept you on your toes. That's what I'm trying to say. The song kept you on your toes, which is reflective of what the song is about. Yeah, I really like that. That's the first time that I've heard that song all the way through. I've heard of the riff before. I've heard it through college. People play it. It's one of the riffs that most people learn on the guitar. but never heard the song all the way through, and really pleased that I did. So I hope you've enjoyed it. I'm really sorry if some metal fans have listened to this and I've got it completely wrong. Please, if you've got any feedback, leave it in the comments section. If you've got any other songs that you think I should be listening to, again, leave it in the comment section. Like the channel, help this channel grow. Give me some feedback about whether you want me to listen to more of this genre, or should I just stick to the other stuff that I've been listening to. Let me know, whatever it is. I hope you've enjoyed it. Until next time, guys, I'll see you again soon. Thanks very much.